Before NFTE, I never figured that someone my age could ever write a business plan. I was 17, I was a female. I figured there'd be so many obstacles in my way. With NFTE, they literally just gave me a book that from front to back I read within weeks of exactly how to start your business, everything you need to know. And I was just shocked that all of this information was in front of me as a senior in high school. My NFTE business plan was built around chocolate-covered Oreos. It was called Sugar Coated Heaven. I love making chocolate and making people smile. I absolutely loved that idea, and I ran with it for a few years. When I left high school, I really wanted to go to Johnson & Wales. I had gotten scholarships from them, but it wasn't enough to cover my full tuition. And I had talked to Jennifer Green of NFTE, and she told me to figure out how many cookies I would need to sell in order to pay for my schooling, and it was about 1,500 cookies. And that summer, I did the Revere Farmers Market, and I was able to sell that and be able to go to school for all 4.5 years. As I was about to graduate college, I was working 2 different jobs in order to raise enough money to open my own storefront. In July of 2014, while I was working at an ice cream store in downtown Boston, I slipped coming out of the walk-in freezer, and I fell and I had a seizure, I blacked out, and I fractured my neck. While I was in the hospital, I kept breaking out in hives every day all over my body, and they kept telling me that maybe it was a gluten and dairy allergy, which at 21, I didn't know what that even meant. Like, what could I even eat? After about a month, after some testing, I realized that I'm actually allergic to opiates. The morphine and the Dilaud they were giving me actually closes my throat, and I'm anaphylactic to those. But that whole month that I had to give up dairy and gluten, I didn't know what to do, and I felt like I was alone, and there was nobody else that understood what I was going through. And I knew right then and there that there was such an opportunity to help people with food allergies because no one else really is. It was then that NFTE helped me pivot my business to go from a completely allergen-filled bakery to a completely allergen-free bakery by being able to redo my business plan and all the other steps I needed to take to reopen and rebrand myself. In 2016, I opened my very first location in downtown Boston, in the Boston Public Market. 4 years later, in 2020, I opened my second location in Worcester. And the same year, I also was named by the SBA Young Entrepreneur of the Year for not only Massachusetts, but also New England. If I hadn't learned everything from NFTE and how to keep changing, then I would have never made it through a couple of life events that changed this bakery completely. The best advice I got from NFTE was to just always keep going. Regardless of when I came in 3rd place in regionals and I was crying my eyes out and didn't want the business anymore. When I broke my neck and wanted to transition from allergen-filled to allergen-friendly and I didn't know what I was doing. They've always been there for me, even with COVID. Jennifer Green from NFTE called me as soon as I was having problems and helped me through it. Keep going no matter what. You're gonna always have obstacles, but it's how you get over them is what matters.